Episode 3, Clash with the Government. The year was 1977. By now, the Kalakuta Republic had become a thorn in the flesh of Nigeria's military rulers. Every night, music thundered from Fela's compound. Every day, his songs exposed the lies of politicians and generals. And every week, more young people flocked to Kalakuta, not just to dance, but to believe in something bigger than themselves. But power does not like to be mocked. The government had tolerated Fela long enough. His latest song, Zombie, was the final straw. With biting sarcasm, Fela compared the Nigerian soldiers to mindless zombies, men who only marched when ordered, killed when commanded, and thought nothing for themselves. The people loved it. They sang it in the streets. They laughed at the soldiers openly. The army was humiliated. And humiliated men with guns are dangerous. On a hot day in February 1977, the Nigerian military struck. It began with trucks. Dozens of them, loaded with armed soldiers, rode into the streets surrounding Kalakuta. Neighbors peeked from their windows. Children ran in fear. The air grew tense, as if Lagos itself was holding its breath. Then, the invasion began. Hundreds of soldiers stormed the gates of Kalakuta, breaking through with boots, bullets, and fire. They beat anyone they saw, men, women, even children. Musicians were dragged out. Dancers were whipped. The once lively compound turned into a war zone. Inside, Fela tried to resist. He shouted. He fought back. But the soldiers were too many. They smashed his instruments, destroyed his studio, and set the entire Kalakuta Republic on fire. Flames consumed the walls that once carried music and freedom. But the worst was yet to come. In the chaos, the soldiers turned their rage toward Fela's mother, Formilio Ransom Kuti. She was no ordinary woman, she was a legendary activist, one of Nigeria's fiercest voices against colonialism and corruption. She was in her 70s, but her spirit was as unbroken as her son's. The soldiers grabbed her and threw her from a second-story window. The fall left her fatally injured. It was an act of cruelty that shocked the nation. As the smoke rose from Kalakuta, Lagos watched in horror. The soldiers thought they had crushed Fela. They thought they had silenced him forever. But they were wrong. From the ashes of Kalakuta, a new fire was born. Fela would turn his pain into music. He would turn his mother's death into a weapon of sound. And instead of silence, his voice grew louder. Instead of retreat, he marched forward. In the aftermath, Fela carried a coffin, the symbolic coffin of his mother, straight to the doorstep of the military ruler, General Obasanjo. It was an act of pure defiance, a message carved in grief and rage: you kill the body, but you will never kill the truth. The soldiers had destroyed Kalakuta, but they had built something even greater. They had turned Fela Kuti into a legend. The clash was bloody, the pain was deep, but out of it rose the people's prophet. How did Fela continue his fight after losing so much? And how did his music become the anthem of resistance across Africa? That story continues in episode 4, The Rise of the People's Prophet. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, so you won't miss the next chapter.